The meeting starts. One of them asked, "How is the negotiation with the rebel Legion dragon going?" The person who is answering is named Elentine. He says that he has come to an agreement with the rebel Legion, and they have agreed not to cross the sea for the next 3 years. Hearing this, the man says that it's a relief that they were able to postpone any major deployments. The third one then speaks up and says that he had a strange dream. The man asked what it is. "It was a blurry dream. I saw the 3 of us. But there was someone else, too. That fourth person was trying to do something reckless. The 3 of us were trying to stop that person. It felt like it was something really important, but that's all." Hearing this, the man says that he has no idea about this. He tells him to inform him if he had dreams like this. They then move on to the next agenda. This is about Mord. The man and asked if it was necessary for this to reach them. One of them replied that Mord made a vacancy in the Silver's 24-hour guard, and he is cherished by Ilden, aka the Blind Beast. The person who saw the dream looks at Mord's name and stares it like as if he knows that he is a mortal enemy. The scene shift. We can see Mord is sparring with Aryu. Their sparring is so intense that Leon and Keel gets mesmerized to see this. Lowen now gets the reason that why Mord told them to train with Aryu. Mord and Aryu is at the same level. Aryu uses her forest skill and gets shocked to see that Mord is not freezed. She paused the fight and asked Mord why he is not freezing up, while all her previous opponent couldn't resist freezing. Mord tells her that she hasn't mastered her ability. Hearing this, she asked if she is weak. Mord replies, "No, you are strong. That, too, is because your very existence is powerful. However, your ability to produce cold is absurdly weak compared to your potential. Even in the trilogy of the Dead Mage, Aryu's true identity never comes out. That's because she was killed by Aiden before the truth was revealed. However, now Mord can make a guess, a dragon who has forgotten, or rather, was made to forge what she truly is. A being said to have come from beyond the world when creation began. Aryu is a descendant of true dragons with the power of ice and snow. As of now, Aryu's cold abilities are absurdly weak for the power of a true dragon. Mord tells her that developing the abilities born from her essence may also be the way to discover what she truly is. Aryu asked if this is really gonna work. Mord replies that there is no harm in trying to find out who she is. The words of Mord touched Aryu's heart. She agrees with Mord and tells him that from now on, she will follow his lead. It's already been a year since Taexiong was reincarnated as Mord. He has fought fiercely all this time, and in doing so, he has changed a lot. So far, he has gathered 24 world fragments. If he could create a fused mass from these 24 fragments, the first stage would be complete the moment Aiden created the 24-piece mass in Sarakma. He immediately moved on to the next stage. From there, you could say the real beginning lies ahead. At that time, Hethor comes with a warrior. He says hi and introduces the young warrior to Mord. The man is a senior warrior named Ulrich. He was recently promoted to senior warrior and will now be leading an independent unit. Ulrich then shakes hand with Mord and says that he is here to ask for a favor. He wants Mord to support their unit. Mord asked if he is talking about a joint operation. Exactly. I've already gotten approval from command. Since it's an important mission, I wanted to request the aid of your capable unit, Ulrich says. During the last independent mission, Mord was able to search through the White Labyrinth and gather quite a few world fragments. Maybe this mission will yield some good results as well. Thinking this, Mord agrees for this joint mission. At that moment, a red-harried boy comes to Ulrich. Mord seems to know this boy. Ulrich is about to introduce Mord to the boy, but as the boy gets closer, he recognizes Mord. This boy is Fion. Later, they gets out to their mission. In their way, Fionn tells Uyrik about their past. Hearing this, Uyrik laughs, saying that it's good that they know each other. Fionn is depressed. It's finally the first mission he has been waiting for. He never thought he would be doing it with Mord Fionn. Still vividly remember getting beaten up that day like it was the end of the world and ending up in the infirmary. He thinks that he will again get beaten. As he is thinking this, Mord speaks up and asked Fionn, "How have you been? Where did that boldness go that made you punch me as soon as you saw me? Why do you look like that?" This shocked Fionn a bit. He didn't expect that Mord will approach him so nicely. Mord then asked him, how did he end up joining this unit? Fionn replied, "I returned after relying on the medical center, and the world had changed." Instructor Daisley was stripped of his position. Fionn then tells Mord about how Daisley's wrongdoings came to light. After hearing all of the story, Mord tells Fionn to prepare himself as this independent mission will not be an easy one. Fionn says that he is fully prepared to prove his worth. Mord wishes him good luck. Fionn don't know how to respond to this. He simply thanks Mord. After walking deep inside the forest, Uyrik tells everyone to pay close attention. He tells them that this mission absolutely must not fail. Their opponent is the long-standing enemy of the Vernus Grand Duke family, the Ornus family, son of the sun, god Ratas. He punished those who defied Ratas, creating a path to the throne with blood spilled in countless battles. Truly, he was retribution itself. But in that process, there was someone who blocked orders multiple times. That was none other than the son of the sky, god Arita, the war god Vernars. A battle between the god of retribution and the war god. This vicious feud between the two showed no signs of ending and continued as a battle between their families, even 500 years later. Uyrik tells everyone that the Ordar's clan wiped out the support troops of the kingdom's army. And now they're in this demonification dungeon. As Mord and the rest gets inside, they gets that this dungeon is at third stage of demonification, which means a dungeon break will happen soon. In that instance, the dungeon starts to shake and cracks forms on the walls. The Ordars are trying to use this dungeon break to escape this place. Uyrik don't know that to do. Mord steps up and says that the Ordars are skilled in hiding, so if they starts track them, they will not find them before the dungeon break. Hearing this, Uyrik asked if he has a better plan. Mord smiles and says, certainly. The scene shifts and we can see the members of Ordar's family. They are deep inside the dungeon and are planning to escape. One boy's name is Tefa Ordars. He tells others that the Vert Kingdom Knight will chase them as they are grinding their teeth to find them. Hearing this, the captain apologized to them. There is a girl named Mil Ordars. She tells the captain that it's not his fault, and there is no need to worry as the dungeon break will happen soon. The captain's name is Dikal Ordars. As they are talking, Tefa sensed that someone has entered the dungeon. He further tells that among the intruders, 4 of them are Vernars, and they seems fully prepared. Mil asked Dikal that what are they going to do. Dikal gets into thinking. After a while, he tells them that they should retreat. Fighting is too dangerous for them. Our Vernars' individual combat ability is superior of Ordar's. As they are about to move, the wall shatters and Uyrik and the others enters the room. Uyrik tells them that it's time to pay for the sins they have committed. The scene shifts, and we can see a glimpse of the past. When Mord tells them about his plan, Mord tells them that they will clear the dungeon so that a dungeon break won't happen. Uyrik feels Mord's confidence and agrees with his plan. But first, he was feeling uneasy. But those thoughts were short-lived. Mord's unit pushed all the way to the dungeon's core, and the monsters were shattered one by one as they emerged. Uyrik's unit was considered veteran too, but there was no comparison. This was on par with a unit led by the finest warriors, or perhaps even beyond that. Now back to the present. The Ordars are now ready to fight Dikal, orders Tefa and Mil to not make him go all out. He further says that they will crush the Vernars and gets out of this place. Ulrich tells Dekal not to worry, as he will finish him first, saying he introduced his name. Dekal does the same. Mill calls for Leon and says that she will fight him. The both of them then announce their name. It's tradition for Vernars and Ordars to announce their names before they fight. It's so the victor remembers the loser. There's only one left, so Mord chooses Tefa to fight. There are some other low-ranked knights from the Ordar's family. As they tries to step up, Aryu glares at them and puts a huge wall of ice. Keel, Aryu, and Farwell then goes to fight them. The fight starts. Dekal is fighting Ulrich, and he thinks to finish this quickly so that he can help his comrades. During the fight, Tefa shouts Dekal's name. As Dekal turns, he sees that Tefa is caught by Mord, and Tefa tells them to run away quickly. Mord tells Tefa that he has impressive resolve, that even in a situation where death is certain, he puts his comrades first. Dekal sees this, and he gets super mad. Seeing Dekal distracted, Ulrich jumps to attack him. A huge explosion occurs. Mord turns around and sees that Dekal sent Ulrich flying. Dekal's strength seems to have increased by a lot. Mord thought that it's the second stage divine blood awakening, but it a bit different. Dekal shouts and says, "I told you not to make me stronger." Ulrich is seriously injured. He thinks about using something. He tells that if he uses it, he will definitely beat Dekal. But Dekal didn't give him the time to do anything. He rushed to kill Ulrich. As he is about to grab Ulrich, Mord intervenes and stops him. Mord tells him that their commander is injured, so he will be his opponent. Ulrich is then taken to safety by the other members. Seeing Thier caption injured, the members get mad and starts to charge forward. Farwell stops them and tells everyone not to kill any enemy. Dekal orders. His unique power is he grows stronger every time one of his allies dies, and if he gets any more stronger, it will be trouble for them. Farwell tells Leon to be more careful not to kill the girl. Dekal starts to attack Mord. He attacked with rain of flaming arrows. Mord deflected them all and uses Mountain Crusher. The attack lands and sent Dekal flying. Dekal is hurt, but he is determined that he won't let Tefa's sacrifice go to waste. At that moment, Mill calls for Dekal. As he turns, he sees Mill is on the ground, and she is injured. She places her sword on her neck and tells Dekal, "Sorry." Dekal shouts to wait for a bit, as he will figure something out. Farwell also tells Leon to stop her. Mill didn't stop. She cuts her neck, saying, "Please survive, Dekal." Seeing this, Dekal gets stunned for a moment. He recalls the sacrifices of his comrades and screams in agony. As he shouts, power starts to surge through his body. Everyone is in awe seeing this. Mord sees this and gets that this is phase 2 of divine blood opening, and the artifacts and weapons are gifted by the Ordars. This is because he is Ordar's favorite. Dekal is shedding tears and says that he will make sure to kill them all. Seeing this, Aryu and Keel asked Mord that will they join him. Mord tells everyone to step back. Keel asked if he is planning to face him all alone. Mord says yes. Tefa and Miel Ordars. They were enemies, yet their actions sent shivers down Mord's spine. Therefore, at the very least, he wants to offer them a minimum level of respect. "You are Mord Vernars correct?" Dekal asked. Mord replies yes. Dekal then says that he don't know where a monster like him came from, but he is going to die here today. Hearing his, Mord laughs and says, "That's not gonna happen today." Saying this, the both of them jumped at each other to fight. The scene shifts, and we can see Ilden. He is at his place, and he can feel two powerful energy. One is from Vernars, and the other one is from Ordars. Ilden is in a meeting with a lady. Ilden seems a bit upset, so the lady asked if he is not happy to see her. Ilden replies that whenever she comes, there is always a bad news. The lady smiles and says, "The blood of silver seems to be watching someone in the north. Do you know who it is?" Two people. I failed to pinpoint exactly who they are, though. Ilden replies that he knows one of them. The lady requests to tell her who is that. Ilden smiles and says that he will let her know after asking him. The scene shifts and we can see Mord and Dekal is fighting. The fight is so intense that Leon perceives that the fight between Mord Vernus and Dekal Ordars is impressive. Mord is on the left side and Dekal on the right side, and they are going through a huge fight. Leon says that the battle between them is its war itself. They both punch each other at the same time. Mord punches Dekas in the stomach using his extreme strength. Dekas thinks to himself that if it weren't for the artifact armor on his body, he would have been completely shattered by now. He slides back and says this can't go on. He says Teffa and Mill's sacrifice must not go in vain and pulls out his sword which has flames on it. He tells Mord that he will kill him for sure. He swings his massive sword, infusing his flame, calling it Ultimate Flame Sword. To this, Mord replies, saying that it is quite the determination, but he says that he shall respond to that in kind while accumulating his power into his arms. He punches emitting extreme ray of power in reply to Dekas's attack, saying it is a secret technique of Vernar's permitted only to those who have mastered divine blood opening second stage or higher. He completely overwhelms Dekas's attack with his extreme power surge, leaving Dekas on his knees. Dekas calls Mord a monster, saying he had the skill to defeat him any time, and yet he toyed with him. Mord says he merely wanted to give him a chance to fight at his full strength. On his last few breaths, he says sorry to Mill and Teffa. He tells Mord that his brother will avenge him, so he should prepare and wait. Mord says he will be waiting as Dekas falls on the ground and dies. Mord thinks whether it is over, when suddenly a huge eye appears in front of him. The god Ordars appears in front of Mord. Mord says he can feel incredible wrath and wonder whether it is looking this way because he defeated its descendant, Dekas Ordars. At the same time, the god Vernar, whose descendant Mord is appear behind Mord and tells him that he fought well. He then tells the god Ordars that they shouldn't interfere in the battles of the young. Mord thinks that to garner the attention of a god that isn't even one of his ancestors, something is bound to happen. To draw the attention of Ordars signifies that he has crossed a major threshold. He says he must steel himself and prepare. In the next scene, we see the commander saying to himself that he had the chance to achieve something great, but he ruined it all and says he got greedy aiming for the commander. He thinks whether he should have used that after all. Sir Phaon enters the room and calls the commander. He asks how the commander is feeling and informs him that once he is discharged, their unit is set to receive a reward. The commander asks Sir Phaon whether Lord Mord was always this extraordinary, even back at the Grand Duke's castle. Sir Phaon says not to this extent, but he was always a monster. He says that even among those from outside, inheriting the Grand Duke's blood makes them like that he supposes, and that the gap is so vast that it's disheartening sometimes. The commander tells Sir Phaon that he doesn't have to rush himself too much, and says it took him half a year to finally feel like he broke out of his shell. He says efforts never betray, so he tells Sir Phaon to hold on to hope. This brings a tear to Sir Phaon's eyes, and he hugs the commander while crying and saying he will work harder. Iden asks Mord how it feels to wear the insignia of a senior warrior. Mord replies, saying that it doesn't feel like much. Iden says, still it will make things easier moving forward and that the rest of the unit has all been promoted to intermediate warriors. He also says that the Empire has sent over the schedule for handing over the bodies. Mord asks what he is talking about. Iden says that there exists an unspoken agreement between the Grand Duch of Vernars and the Ordar's Great House. When they fight and the outcome is decided, the victor retrieves the bodies and delivers them, and it seems that they wanted Mord to personally attend the handover. So what will Mord do, he questions. Mord wonders he personally has to attend the handover.